We were in two really different locations. We were in the coldest weather I've been in for a long time and the hottest weather.
Were we in the snow?
Yeah, lots of it. Toronto knee-deep. -17, I think, at one point.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Ooh.
But fun. I had fun. I think we had fun.
Yeah, it's got great action in it, but it's the comedy. It's a really funny film, and it's got an incredible cast. I mean, you know, Bruce and Helen Mirren, John Malkovich, extraordinarily funny.
No one planned on having the cast that we ended up getting, that we were fortunate enough to get, that everyone decided that this was the film that they wanted to work on last spring. I mean, for me, just fun to work and show up, and Karl and I did by far one of the hardest fight scenes I've ever done.
I didn't realize it at the time, but I actually got pretty banged up making that. I went through about
Really?
I went through about 6 weeks of physio afterwards. I got the bill here for you.
Oh, good, good.
Give that to you.
Yes. We spent 50% of the time trying to fight each other as hard as we could, and the other 50% of the time trying to stay safe. And our characters are kind of at opposite ends of the spectrum of right and wrong, and it's a fun thing to play.
There was a love story somewhere in here too with Mary Louise Parker and your character, which I loved. Mm-hmm. It's like the longest, wildest first date ever for this, you know. It's
hard to imagine that romance can exist in a film that also has action and violence in it, and there are a lot of different elements in it.
And I feel about with this movie, it sort of breaks any of that aging in Hollywood trend of superheroes and kicking ass. I mean, especially you. I mean, you sort of paved the way for, you know, you're still doing all these amazing action films. Do you sort of feel that way? And Karl, I mean, obviously you've seen many of his films. Do you sort of associate Bruce with that? You know?
I think that's one of the cool themes in this film. Actually, is that you know, it really proves that you know, these guys who are you know, especially in retirement, can come back and kick everybody's ass. And, you know, it's you know, well represented. You know, it's old versus the young, old school techniques versus young school techniques. And, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The stunt guys always say that if you don't get hurt a little bit, then you haven't done it right. Then you didn't do it right. I just watched the making of The Expendables, and it shows you where Sly gets hurt and how all these guys get hurt and how you can get hurt, and it's really the same stuff we were doing in Red, and we were just a little more fortunate that we didn't get banged up, but we were asking to do things that we probably shouldn't have been doing.